Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Bo, the fifth column, did a quick video on this today regarding Clarence Thomas and ProPublica doing some research and finding out that around 2000 or so, Clarence Thomas, after giving a speech at a conservative gathering, was on a plane flight next to a Republican congressman complaining that he was broke and, basically not asking for a pay raise, but kind of like, drop a hint and then maybe the congressman could do something about it. And over the next, that congressman did try to get the salaries raised for justices. And then a couple years later, Mitch McConnell tried to sneak something in a budget to increase the salaries of justices, or to allow them actually speaking fees, honorariums for that. It didn't get passed because it got noticed. But right around that time, there was some concern that Justice Thomas might step down from the court, make more money not being a Supreme Court justice. And Bill Clinton was your president at the time. So that was no good. That was no bueno, because then you'd have a liberal justice put on there. So it appears, entertainment purposes only, the Republican machinations got going, and all of a sudden Harlan Crow pops out of nowhere, and gifts start coming in to Clarence Thomas, and we know the rest of the story as far as that goes. So, I think Sterling was the one who said he saw Thomas going down and being removed because of more financial issues. Let's see if that's the case. Clarence Thomas and this latest revelation of some financial woes that he was undergoing at that time and the Republican response to it. What's the energy around that? Entertainment purposes only. Well, what are we going to do? I need more money, and I can make more money in the private sector than I can as a Supreme Court justice. Maybe I need to let people know that so that they appreciate me. And then the Republicans are like, oh, he's got a point there. We can't afford to have any of those libtard justices on there. They might do things we don't like. So they get together. Sometimes what you want wealth, what you do is you make a deal with the devil. Lovely. Yep, because he was juggling. He was juggling finances. Apparently, they bought a $500,000 piece of property back on the East Coast with acreage, and they put $8,000 down and borrowed the rest. And then they got themselves a luxury RV, and then he took on a 6-year-old grandnephew or something like that and raised him as his son. Sent him to private schools and such. So money was tight. Clarence Thomas, I think at that point, was still paying off debt from law school. His wife was working in government offices, so they weren't exactly rolling in the hay. Now, mind you, a Supreme Court justice does get paid well relative to the rest of America, but it wasn't enough money to keep themselves going with what they had going. So he wanted more money, and, well, that offer came, but it comes at a cost. What are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want? And that works for both Thomas, and that works for the GOP. Okay. The Moon card, the mystery, the secrets behind it, how they kept it hidden for so long, but now it's all coming to light. All this stuff is coming to light, and we're starting to get a clear picture as to Clarence Thomas and his motivations and the people that swooped in to in his orbit, basically. Current situation. Clarence, this is a card of integrity, amongst many other things, but this is about integrity. It's about taking the good with the bad. And Clarence Thomas is not a person who I would say has high integrity. If anything, he has low integrity, and you cannot have a person of low integrity on the Supreme Court. They have to be of the highest integrity possible. And he's shown time and time again that he's not. He has not declared gifts. He has hidden things. He's gotten angry and arrogant when challenged on it. He's basically, he acts like he's nobility and above the law simply because he's a Supreme Court justice. These are the false friends that have come forward to support him. The fake friendships and the people that came in to address his needs because they didn't want to lose his vote on the Supreme Court. No, isn't that sweet? The lesson to be learned is the Six of Cups. You know, these gifts don't come for free. And you're naive if you think that people just gave you things out of the goodness of their heart. You have to compromise with them. You have to make adjustments to show gratitude for what they did for you. You asked, they delivered. How do you show gratitude back? Might explain why Harlan Crow, who apparently had no cases before the Supreme Court, but did, and Justice Thomas didn't recuse himself from those. It's a betrayal. Absolute betrayal. That's what I'm saying. He's got no integrity. He betrayed his oath. He basically has sold his seat. He has sold the Supreme Court seat. Now, it's interesting. When I think I did my first video on this story, one of the points I was kind of hammering home was it's not illegal for a Supreme Court justice to have wealthy friends or powerful friends or political friends. It's not illegal for that to happen. What is illegal is for people to use their wealth and power to influence you and your votes and how you conduct things. And, you know, it's the ethical standard would be the appearance, not if there is corruption, but even if you have the appearance of bias or the appearance of corruption or anything along those lines, you have to recuse. And Thomas absolutely did not do that. And I think we've gone well beyond the appearances by the data that's been presented so far. Okay, so that's kind of the energy behind there. Yeah, Thomas, it's as bad as we think it is. It's definitely as bad as we think it is. Is it worse? Maybe, but it ain't good the way it is right now. All right. Will this revelation be a key component in Justice Thomas stepping down? And yeah. Thomas has about 1 year left in his tenure. If Biden gets reelected, I don't think Thomas is going to do another 4 years at that point. You know, will Thomas step down after the result of the 2024 election? Or will he be removed? Entertainment purposes only. Well, remember how we had the moon card in the past position? All will be revealed. The truth is coming out. And when as I've said many times, the truth is not the friend of the Republicans, and the truth is not the friends of Clarence Thomas right now. As more reporting and more digging and more stuff is brought to light, the bigger the headaches on Clarence Thomas. He's already making his plans. Now, this could be his plans on how he defends himself next, but honestly, I think he's already making his plans for leaving the Supreme Court. I don't think, and it may not be because it's like he can do it voluntarily, or he can be impeached, I suppose. I know it's an appointment for life, but I suspect that you can impeach a Supreme Court justice. In the past, we have the emperor. To me, I think this is Thomas acting like an emperor. Supreme Court justice. Here he is, his word is law. He's one of the 9 most powerful judges in the United States. And he got that appointment, and he ruled the roost as far as the conservatives go. But the current situation, if he's going to leave, is it's up. You know, the investigations from like the DOJ and such, investigative reporters, public opinion. It's really obvious what's happened here. I know there's supposed to be a congressional investigation going on, and they are subpoenaing Harlan Crow and another person. I don't know if those folks are intending or if they've already met with the committee. I'm not too interested in what they have to say, unless they're going to freely admit that they've been doing this. Otherwise, I expect that they're going to be not talking much or played a Fifth Amendment or something like that. It's kind of a mafia thing, you know. Thomas never said he needed more money. He's just saying how things are difficult, and then you understand what he means. You can read between the lines and adjust accordingly. When you look at the data and how everything worked out, it's pretty much how it worked out. Tough decision on his part, because Biden's still going to be the president. End of 2024, Biden is still the president. When he leaves, Biden's there. He doesn't want to leave when Biden's there because he wants another conservative justice there. But here's the problem. Biden's going to be there. I got two cards showing up there. And then the outcome. So he's like, how long do I want to last? Do I want to go another 4 years of being a Supreme Court justice? And at this point, I think he makes his announcement. He actually might stay for a bit longer, depending on his plans. I'm going to throw a challenge one on his leaving, if it's going to be financial or if it's going to be health related. That Nine of Cups could be him leaving, and it's kind of a smug thing. So he might be able to leave on his terms. In other words, he's not impeached. He's not prosecuted for it. They just have him go. A little bit of shame involved, but they might give him some political cover. Which is why I'm asking if it's health related, or like his wife's health or his health. Or does he actually get held accountable? Or does he just get to retire? Spend time with his family? Okay. When Clarence Thomas finally steps down, is removed, no longer a Supreme Court justice, how is it going to be presented? Is it going to be presented as health, or is it going to be presented as just retirement? Let's see. How's it going to be presented? It's going to be a mutually agreed thing. There's going to be some mutual agreement here. For the health, you have the Page of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, there you go, and the Page of Pentacles. It'll be something new that happened to something like a minor stroke for Ginny or something like that. You've got a woman who's in trouble, and the Page is a young woman here. So this could be the beginning of a health problem that's going to be a long-term health problem for his wife. And the announcement is that, he's leaving because of the health issues. He has to take care of his health and this woman that is associated with him. So that's the health part. Now, are we talking about here retirement? It could be the money issue. The alternatives, you can leave and say you've got a health issue, or else, we're going to start doing this investigation on you regarding the money here. And you being on the Supreme Court, ooh, this is not good. This is them booting him out. This is them impeaching him. And I say not good because the first thing I thought were prison bars there. Maybe it wouldn't be prison bars, but that way would be them kicking him out of Congress. And it would happen fast. Because of his lack of integrity. It's like, we've got you dead to rights and we know it. Now, you can take this route and say, your wife is sick and you're going to go take care of her in your own health because she's not well and you need to take care of her. And that's kind of the the kind way out of it, or you can be a jerk and try and stay in which case we're going to bring all this money stuff out here. We're going to have a commission investigate it. We are going to put you on the hot seat, and we're going to put this together fast, and we might even vote to impeach you. Thomas is gone. Again, he's got about a year, plus or minus, but I would say by the time the writing's on the wall that Biden's going to be reelected, Thomas at that point, there's nothing to be gained politically for him at that point by staying on. If anything, you're putting yourself at risk because more and more information's coming out about the stuff that you did, and the investigations start. And do you want to be humiliated? We'll give you a way out. Thank you for your service for 30-something years. Here's your supply of rice-a-roni and your home version of the Supreme Court game. Get out. This place is a mess. Anyway, he's in trouble. Thank you for watching this video and supporting my channel. I don't know how to end this. I do appreciate all the support that you've given me throughout this year. I really do. Thank you for your likes and your shares and your comments. It's always fun interacting with you. I don't always get to reply very much to the comments anymore. I do try. It's a little easier on weekends. But during the work week, I work for a living. I've got to balance all that. But thank you for everything you do that feeds the YouTube algorithm and gets my video out to a wider audience. To new people just discovering this channel or recently found this channel, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for everything that you're doing to give my channel a boost. And I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.